the dumbing down and displacement of soul is trinary. It's 3-part. One, there's the superstar who's basically being microwaved, having their mind fragmented and fully bent, molded into whatever character they have to portray in any given storyline. But they say that these superstars have to be broken into that character. Not so much molded into it, but broken into it. So this is pertaining to like alleged LSD, alleged electroshock, alleged sleep deprivation, etc. All of these different types of physical tortures that implant and create a whole new persona in the mind by fragmenting it and recreating it. So you're breaking the mind and rebuilding it. Like clay, like a potter who shapes the clay. The vessel is spinning, the thoughts, the mind is working, the brain is working, it's spinning. But whoever is shaping and molding that mind controls how that mind goes, controls what that mind thinks, how that mind thinks. And so people are being controlled remotely. That's one phase of it. One phase of the triple-headed monster. That's one head. The other is simply those who are influenced by it, that get brainwashed into just mass obedience and mass imitation. Part of social engineering at its finest when it pertains to the mob, to the general populace. So they all want to be this person. And I think the third one is more dangerous, even more dangerous. The third part of the monster, I think, is the most dangerous, is the ones who want to be clones of the stars. See, this is a problem because according to, I guess to use a good schematic, let's use the knowledge of the gods and earths as a schematic. You have the 85% who don't know any better. This would be the mass who's basically controlled by the superstar in terms of just mimicry, imitation of thought, right? From a societal lens. They're basically the mimickers, the imitators, the ones that are to be the copycats of whoever the superstar is. The superstar is setting the mold, setting the trend, setting the wave. And so the 85% surf on this wave. Now, the ones who are misleading the 85% are considered the 10%. They call them the bloodsuckers of the poor. Now, why they are the most dangerous is because they feast on the 85%. And that 10%, not to keep it strictly to nations of gods and earths, because within that 10%, you have the sincere imitators who were broken and molded through whatever programming to be whatever kind of superstars they are, allegedly. But then you also have the clones, those who go through their own torture, go through their own traumas. To an extent, this is useful, beneficial, because the traumas of your life are not necessarily self-caused. Neither do we advertise that you self-caused them. But you have enough trauma probably in your life that you've been through to already mold yourself into the character that you need to be anyway. You don't need anybody else or anything else to add any more trauma to you. You've been through enough already. So you use these instead of adding more traumas. To simply think and remember these traumas is enough trauma enough for the force to push the opposite polarity to propel you forward, for that fire, for that intensity, for that propulsion. But you don't need an outside force for that. Anything beyond what you've been through already. But these folks, they use that, which is beneficial, but they want to be like the ones who blind the 85% so much. See, they're the ones who they want to rule. They want to take turns. They want to be the next ones to rule over the people. They're not necessarily trying to oust the king of the mountain just because They don't want a king on the mountain who oppresses the people. No, they just want to be the oppressor next. It's not so much that they want to move the dictator out of the way. They want to be the dictator next. It's not so much that they want to get a common enemy out of the way. They want to be the enemy next. They want to have power next. They want to rule and reign next. So it's not always genuine. So that's what makes the bloodsuckers of the poor particularly dangerous, because they're programming themselves to be like the clones, but imitated forms of the clone. So it perpetuates this false reality between not so much the 85% who are what is considered the dumb, deaf, and blind, and certainly not the 5% who are considered the poor, righteous teachers, certainly not the 5%, the ones who are awakened, not the 5%, the ones who are truly illuminated, not the 5%, the ones who really express the higher vibrations and have healing energies here, not the 5%. But the battle is between the 10 and the 85. So it's the war of the 95%. You have a 10% that is fully vested in destroying and leeching off the resources of the 85%. So the 10% is the percent that's dangerous. So it's really 5% versus 10%. 10% are the ones who know better, who intentionally blind, mute, and deafen the 85%. This is very important because this is part of how the triple-headed monster of stardom kind of takes a bite out of people, especially when they sell their soul. Now you become a product more than a person. When they see you, they don't care about who you are as the person who's portraying the role of their favorite character. They don't see you as yourself. They see you as the role that you play. They see you as the object of their entertainment, because the process of selling your soul is to switch out your persona for an entertainer. An entertainer is not a person. An entertainer is a thing. A person is a person. But when you sell your soul, you can give up your personage for an entertainment figure and thereby get caught up in the trinary delta all over again. Super T Sigma of Sigma Programming. Protect your mind like you got a Magneto helmet on, because the war is on your mind. Take your time. Focus on your grind. And don't let anybody put out or dim your shine. Peace.